impromptu. I was a child. I was in the fourth standard or something like that. And that was a very impromptu decision. I mean, I've always been inclined towards films, towards acting. So when I got offered K3G, I had pounced on that offer and I was so excited to do it because I knew a film like that is, even back then, it's iconic, right? So it's not just one film today that decides your fate and career. I mean, there are so many actors who have come in the industry whose first films didn't do well, but today they're
Exactly.
superstars.
Hi guys, this is Ankita. You're tuned into PeepingMoon.com, and today we are taking you to meet someone who you would have had your childhood memories with, but trust me, she doesn't look like that anymore. In fact, the way she is going to wow you in next couple of months, hopefully, if the film is able to come out in this testing times, we might just introduce you to the Choti Poognana, Malvika Raj. Let's get her on the show right away. Hi, Malvika.
Hi, how are you? Thank
I'm
you
good.
for such a cute introduction.
But Malvika, how does it feel? Just like me, or maybe there will be thousand others who still associate the Choti Poo with you. Did you ever thought that that character will become so iconic? And what next? The film is completing exactly 20 years in this upcoming December, and it might
Yeah,
also mark the debut of the Malvika, the younger
that's
one.
true. That's
So
true.
how would you say the journey of 20 years, 2 decades, and the popularity which is still coming through? How will you take it on?
Honestly, these 20 years have just flown by. And now that I think about it, it's been 20 years. That's really long. And but I think you'll be seeing my debut film before December. It should probably release in Diwali is what they're looking for right now. And hopefully these 20 years are the wait is worthwhile.
But what kept you away, Malvika, for these 20 years per se? Was it a very conscious call back then when you did Pooh that you
Um,
contain it to a
so
role maybe once you are, in a better position and then come out as an actress?
So honestly, that particular role was very impromptu. I was a child. I was in the fourth standard or something like that, and that was a very impromptu decision. I mean, I've always been inclined towards films, towards acting, because that's what I've been grown up watching. I've been watching my bua. I've been going on my dad's sets when I was a kid. So that inclination of being on set, performing has always been in me. So when I got offered K3G, I had pounced on that offer and I was so excited to do it because I knew a film like that is, even back then, it's iconic, right? It was just after, I think it was Karan's first film, right after Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and Kuch Kuch Hota
Can
Hai
I
was
interject?
my,
How old were you, Malvika? Because this is like some major nostalgia you're sharing with us.
yeah, I was in the fourth standard, how old I
Oh
would
my
be.
god!
Yeah, I was very small. So when okay, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai released, it was my favorite film. And when I came to know that, they are offering me a film which is again directed by Karan Johar with Shah Rukh Khan, Hrithik Roshan, Kareena Kapoor, I was like, forget everything. I just want
What
to
a
do this.
child could ask for at that time. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was never a girl who was anyway like so academically inclined. I was not studious at all. I would like wait for my 3:30 bell to ring to go
You
home
are
and sleep.
admitting it right on national camera that
I
listen, I'm
was,
into that.
I mean, I'm very embarrassed, and every kid must study. It's very important. But I was not that child. I've always been inclined towards dramatics in school or sports. Like even right now, I'm talking to you from the gym. So um, so going back, I was super excited to be a part of that particular project. And post that, my dad was a little skeptical because I was not academically so good in my academic career, but he wanted me to complete my education. And post that, I started modeling. And I was in the fashion industry for a really long time. I was really enjoying myself till I've realized what my calling is. And now, once I've finished shooting for the first film, I just know this is my playground and this is where I belong. Actually, I knew it back then also that this is where I belong, but I just got carried away in the fashion industry so much. I was enjoying modeling, traveling, and it did teach me a lot too. I mean, the exposure it gave me, the self confidence it gave me, the fashion industry has taught me a lot. So that's something I'll always be grateful to them for. Um, but now I know where I belong and what I want to do, and no distractions anymore.
But Malvika, does it scare you a bit when you are attached with a certain kind of tag? As I also used in my intro, that introducing
Hmm.
you from K3G days to now. Does it scare
Hmm.
you a bit that the audience have a certain perception, but hey, you have to shed it. That was the younger me,
Yeah,
and this
I
is
mean, not
me now.
really. Not really. I
Does
mean,
it come to mind you a bit?
I'm very proud of the fact that I was a part of
Of
that
course.
particular project. And I'm really, I mean, that's what people even today recognize me as. But I was a child back then, and you'll be seeing a very different version of me in Squad. I'm playing a sniper in the film, so I'm
I'm
doing
coming to
action
that. Yeah.
myself.
What exactly are we going to see Malvika as in Spawn?
I'm actually done action myself in the film. You'll be seeing me doing a lot of combat action. You'll be seeing me with real. We've actually shot with real guns, with like real AK-47s and VSS and bullpups, and we have actually been shooting with real ammunitions over there. So obviously without the bullets, but but the guns are really heavy, and carrying them all day, carrying them all day, you have to be like fit and strong, and you have to play the part. You have
Of
to believe
course.
you're a part of the special forces to play such a character. So I'm actually very excited for everybody to watch Squad because it's
But Malvika,
so different from what I am.
you picked up a very not unexpected character as we normally call it,
Yeah.
because when we look for
So
debuts, you know,
exactly. So I didn't want to do the particular the stereotypical debut
the
where
girl
it's a
next
love
door, the
story, and
antics and the flying saris and all.
I I would love to do that also, but not for
But
my
for the
debut.
introduction,
I wanted a very unconventional debut. Um, you'll be seeing a very it's not the typical one where a boy meets a girl in college, they fall in love and then flower. No, nothing like that. There's one love song in the film. That also, that's it. Like
that's
you'll
it.
see
That's it. You're
a
not revealing much, but that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's I don't know if I can't say much. I mean, they'll
Oh,
tell
I
me
totally
I talk too
understand.
much. I don't even know what all I can say.
No,
but
no, I
the
totally understand what we can and we cannot.
but the film, you can say it has 3% of romance in the film. There's everything else. It's an
I like
action.
it.
It's a proper.
Because
It's a
of course,
mission.
we
Our
are in the
film is a
new
mission.
times. As you have saying, we are in a new time and here, the perceptions and the stories have to be new. The
Right.
generation is new.
Yeah,
So,
it is totally different. I mean, the audience today is not stupid anymore. They
fast.
are very smart. They know how important a particular a script is. The script is what a person needs to watch, and is like I myself, I watch every film, be it good, be it bad, good reviews, bad reviews. I would go to the theater actually and watch every film. I'm
Same.
missing going to the theater.
Films have to be seen irrespective, no matter what.
Yeah. So initially we were like waiting for the theater release, thinking now things will get fine, now things will get fine. But now we're doing a digital release, and I think that's the correct thing to even do in the situation today.
Of course.
So so I think November Diwali time is what we are.
You're making a debut with Vincent, like who also has this same, not I would say the same expectations as yours, because as I said,
Right.
you have this huge image which people really need to shed per se, the
Mhm.
how they see you. But again, with Vincent, he's carrying the legacy of Danny Sir. How
Right.
was it? How was it working with someone? Did you guys know each other from before? Or because of course you both
Yeah.
have in the same industry and that's the same kind of environment you move in.
We know each other, like we're friends since we're kids, and we like my elder cousin brother and he were in the same batch, and so we've been going for each other's birthday. I have videos of Rinzing and my birthday parties, me
I am
at his
waiting for you
birthday.
to share all those bold lines on Instagram.
They're really cute because we are literally like playing all those games the host would make us play, and we're jumping, and we're kids then, and now doing our debut together. It's so special. It's so cute. I mean, he'll always have a special place in my life, and he's such a sweetheart. He's so humble.
I bumped into
He's
him
so
yesterday,
sweet.
and oh my God, he's just sweet. If I have one
Yeah,
word.
I mean, if you meet him, you want to hug him. He's like a doll. He'll kill me
and,
for calling him a doll,
and it's
but
a giant hug. Let me tell you, it's like, oh my God,
yeah,
he's so
yeah. So the part that he's playing, you totally believe. I mean, his character is Rinzing. Nobody else could play that character.
Malvika, when you decided that, okay, this is the time and I really want to come to films as a full-fledged, full-time actress per se, and
Hmm.
considering your sister is a very well-celebrated name in the fashion industry, and you yourself said you had a very good time whenever you were doing the modeling and the
Right,
fashion stint.
right.
Were you in two minds? Because we all know, and you also come from a sort of film background, that the uncertainty of films is every Friday, even if the OTT is
Hmm.
there, and even if we don't say the Friday culture anymore, but the truth is that every weekend of sorts, this industry just gives you new stars and sometimes take away the old ones. Is this was this ever this fear that this is maybe a too competitive field I want to be in, or were you ready that okay, no matter what, I'm just going to jump into the fire?
See, honestly, every field is competitive. There are pros and cons in every field you go.
But
It's
this
just
one is
that
in
the
public
film
eye.
industry,
Know
no,
that.
it's just, yeah, it's just the film industry is in the eyes of the public. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if you live in the fear, like, what if something negative is going to happen? Then the negative is going to happen. You just have to have that positive attitude. So what if it doesn't click? It doesn't click. I mean, life moves on. But you have to keep trying. You have to prove yourself to be a better version of you every single day. So it's not just one film today that decides your fate and career. I mean, there are so many actors who have come in the industry whose first films didn't do well, but today they're
exactly.
superstars. And so your first film really doesn't decide. It's just it depends on you how you take your how you take it and what light you take it. If you take it in a negative light, then I mean that's sad. But
And
if
I
you
think
have the positive
these
approach, if you
actors in your
have the positive
generation,
approach,
in your
yeah, I mean,
generation,
I think the
window.
generation nowadays has changed. People's thinking have changed.
Yeah, it's
Actors'
not one
perceptions
film.
have
It's
changed.
not one film. As you said, you guys
It's
are
not.
deciding to come to a digital release as it might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
the art.
yeah.
But then
Even
they
though,
can.
even though it's a huge canvas film, we've gone to Belarus to shoot the full
I have
film, and it's
seen
in a
some couple of
gorgeous place.
shots. Luckily, I was lucky to
Yes, the
watch
canvas of the
shots.
film is beautiful. And being an action film, you have to watch it with the surround sound, and the theater
I
vibe
totally
of
get
the
that.
film would have been something else. But
Exactly.
unfortunately, the period that we
Yeah,
are coming
these are
out is,
testing times. We just can't put the pressure on
we just
something.
have to we just have to accept what's happening and learn to live with it.
So
And
shall we put it? This is Malvika's OTT debut and Malvika's theatrical debut is yet to come. How about that?
um I think
Sounds
today it's all getting back to one. I mean, an
exactly.
OTT
It's just
or a
content, good
theater,
content, and that's it.
it's good content, and it's how you take it. I mean, this is going to be my acting debut, and I don't think people are going to wait for my theatrical debut. This is going to be the acting debut.
But
So,
Malvika, if maybe after spots, it releases out, somebody comes up to you with a very delectable, delicious content purely on OTT, like just an OTT
why
offering,
not?
will it?
Why not? Of course, of course.
Oh, that's lovely. Because normally, even because the generation of actors you are coming in with, we have Janvi, then Ananya and Sara, they are yet to paddle their way into the OTT genre. But then whenever I
Why
speak,
not?
like we are
No,
waiting. If happens,
but
why not?
see, right now, Janvi's film also Gunjan. It was an OTT release. It did so
Exactly.
well. I mean, currently, Shersha, I love the film. I love
That
Shersha.
literally
So
proved it to the people that no matter what, even if it's a commercial film per se, if it's a good content, OTT is
yeah,
not going to, just cut it
yeah.
down.
And today, I don't think people are seeing in terms of theater or OTT. I mean, people are looking at good concepts, good scripts, and uh, how you perform is your genre. How you take it forward. It's up to you then.
Did you audition for Spot? Should I ask you that?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Of
how
course,
did
I
it go?
did.
Because I think the best stories come from the auditions.
So there is a story, but I don't think I can speak about that story
Okay,
yet.
I'll wait
But
till the release then.
I need to take my director's permission if I can talk about that story
I
at
feel
all
like that
ever.
October end is the time when we'll be having that story. But my question was coming to that. I read it in one of the comments, so that's exactly not my question. I won't own it per se. Somebody did
Mhm.
ask in one of the comments, like, why would Malvika not debut again with Karan Johar? And I'm like, okay, I'll ask Malvika. Why would not Malvika go and
I mean,
debut?
if it was in my hands, I would have, but it depends on Karan sir who he wants to choose, and I would be honored to work with him again. I love his craft. I love his films. I am a full commercial girl who enjoys watching Dharma films.
Should I say you are the Dharma hero material, as we call them?
I would love it if you say that. But hopefully in the
but
near future, yeah, I would
but
love
never say
to
never.
work with him.
You never know. That's
Sorry?
what might end up putting up or you on that pedestal. Karan can be like, I now have seen the younger Pooh and the Pooh. So let's move on from it and get Malvik on board.
I would love that.
But
Who
Malvika,
doesn't want to work with him?
just touching a bit of nostalgia before I actually let go of this one. 20 years of something iconic. Is there something brewing? Are you guys deciding to do something? Because this film has been a part of not just you, mine, or I think K3G has been part of everyone's memory and probably one of the
Yeah,
best memories where
yeah. I think
everyone remembers
it's a
everything.
cult film. It's a cult film, and everyone watches it, and it's on TV every Sunday, and
Every Sunday.
there's
I think
not
I know the
one
address also now. But
there's not one Indian in the world who's not watched this film, because
so
people even from
is this something which is which is coming for celebrations by this year? And because you have two reasons to celebrate, you have something as iconic and you have a massive, beautiful debut which is lined up.
that's true. That's true. All things that start well have to this year has to end well for me. So
So we never know that there might be something special on both.
well,
Especially you know,
honestly, there's something very special coming up, but we shall talk about that soon again. Right now
you
we
have
can't,
my
but
heart.
it's something very
With this a little secret, you have my heart already. It's like going back to childhood again.
special.
But Malvika, as an actor, as a performer, what is it what excites you the most? What is it what you're looking for? Because now Squad is done, you have it's like almost your baby's ready, the world is there
Mhm.
to see it. But what next for you as an actress? What are you seeking for? The directors, the scripts, what's in your mind? What do you want to put out in the universe if you're seeking out for
Honestly,
something?
right now, I have nothing in my mind.
Oh my God.
I I am obviously open to like I started with action. So action is something that I would love to play forever, because I didn't know I could do action till I did action. It was a new zone for me, but I would love to explore the field of dancing. I would love to explore a good performance film. I would love to do um, uh, films with like a period, like a historic film. I love watching them. So to be a part of such films, why not? I love watching good content films. So maybe a good script would
I
interest
think
me
the
right
one
now.
person, honestly, if you ask me if I would love to talk to you about, honestly, would be Kareena. I would love to see that. Listen, you have grown up. Do you understand what it means? That how are you going to review Malvika's performance? That's something I'm going to keep in mind when it happens. It's like poo, reviewing poo. That's really cute. But seriously, Malvika, this is really this is really a warm thought that and I feel this. It's not been an easy journey. That's one thing I really want to talk to you about before we close this. That
Yeah,
everyone thinks
definitely.
that just because you did a film, which was of course iconic as we have discussed it, you belong from a certain background and you might have a certain leverage to pick,
Well, that's
to
not
go
true.
to an audition. But that's not how it rolls. To
That's
get
not how it rolls at all. It's
roles,
at least in my case, it's not been that easy for me. I have worked hard. I have put in my 100%. I have not let go of my self-esteem.
and
I've
you
not
have
let go of my
reconstructed an
self-confidence.
image. Frankly, you have actually
Yeah,
reconstructed an
I
image.
mean, any human, if you go through a certain amount of rejection, I mean, every actor goes through that. But if you go through that, there are many times where you'll drop your self confidence. You'll be like, forget it. This is not meant for me. But that's not it. I mean, I want to put this across to all budding actors that don't lose your heart. If you believe in yourself, if you believe in something, if you're good at your work, work towards it. and manifest it, and the universe will 100% give it back to you. That's how the circle of
Who are
life
you
is.
manifesting to work with next in the young generation, or even if not, the next actors per se? I have an idea who you look good with, but you give me who are you going to look good with on screen? Come
I
on.
want to know who you think I look good with
This is
first.
first, since I asked you, you're going to tell me that I'm going to come.
I have
Okay,
a
you give
list
it.
of
I think you will look
people.
lovely with Siddharth. Like,
Oh yeah,
I just can't picture it.
I would love to. I think he's such a good looking boy, and it'll be so much fun to do a film with him.
But what about you? Who's this Mal? Because like, okay, this dream
So
actor
I
maybe.
am I am a diehard Ranbir Kapoor fan. I love him, and I've loved him from his first film to Tamasha to Barfi to Rockstar. I mean, I follow his film and his craft. I think he's the most natural actor we have in the
I think
industry.
one of the best actors we have in this generation by
I really do feel that, and I feel he's so natural, and he's so like so easy with how he goes. It's something I would want to work with him to learn how he does that.
exactly.
So
So we
definitely
can
Ranbir.
manifest. We can have a Malvika and then maybe a period film. How about manifesting? It does it.
Yeah, we can have Siddharth in it too as a special
We can also
appearance.
start too. Seriously, this was so nice chatting to you, and I just feel that you keep up this guts of energy within you. There's this beautiful time coming ahead, a new chapter altogether, and I hope you're received with much love. The kind of love you are giving to me just right now, the vibes are so good. I think
How
everyone can
sweet.
see. I can everyone can just
Yeah.
see it. I just hope this works in your favor. Thank you. And I just really hope that people end up actually meeting the girl behind the poo we talk about. How about meeting Malvika? So guys, before I
Well,
all I have to say you.
you're gonna meet Arya very soon, right now.
Guys,
So that is something
have
that
given a
I'm
lot of
really
love
looking
to
forward
Mini.
to.
Now it's time to give lots of love to Arya, but more than
Right.
anything else, you really, really have to look out, watch out for Malvika, because that is the person we are talking about. And imagine if she can put out a role out there which just people are loving so crazily, you never know, you might just end up falling in love with her too. Malvika, on that note, are you single? Can you just plug it in and tell people that DMs are open to flood in?
Yes, yes, I am. Too. I am single.
Guys, see, this is the best case scenario. I have given you everything I can, so this is totally up to you. But thank you, Malvika. This is probably the most cutest interview, if I would have to put it, I have done.
So
You've,
sweet. Thank you.
you've been such a sport. We'll be in touch, and I can't wait to see you on spot. And definitely, then I have 2 questions pending, and you will be answering me your audition story. And
Yeah.
then you'll be giving me all the tidbits which you are just so short of taking with your director. So, yes.
Done. I think let him only tell you when we do this interview. We'll do it with the full squad, and let him only tell you the story because
I
then
will only talk to
I
you.
I have a clean slate then that I have not said anything. It's
I
him.
will be only talking to you. I'll make sure that I'm going to sit down and that do you remember me? Listen, answer me these questions. But thank you, Malvika. Wishing you all the best. Thank you for taking us through this journey. And as I said, that 20 years, nothing could be more iconic for you to actually meet the world in the best possible way as Arya in sport.
Thank you
And
so much.
thank you. Lots of love. Bye.
Same here. Bye.